Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not society. The moment you understand this, everything changes. Most boys grow into adult bodies while their minds stay trapped in childhood, waiting for permission, waiting for approval, waiting for someone to tell them it's okay to become who they are meant to be. The brutal truth is that manhood is not given, it is taken. And if you're not willing to face what I'm about to share, you'll spend your entire life as a boy in a man's body. Wake up or stay asleep. These 14 truths will either break you or build you. There is no middle ground. No one is coming. Here's the first truth that separates boys from men. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Not your mother, not your father, not the government, not some magical opportunity that will fall into your lap. This isn't pessimism. This is liberation. The moment you stop waiting for external validation, for permission, for someone to hand you your life on a silver platter, you become dangerous. You become capable. You become free. A man who depends on others has made himself their slave. Every successful man throughout history understood this. They didn't wait for circumstances to change. They changed themselves. They took full ownership of their failures, their weaknesses, their circumstances. Boys blame. Men adapt. Boys complain. Men build. The sooner you internalize this, the sooner your real life begins. Stop looking for saviors. Become your own. Comfort kills growth. Your comfort zone is not protecting you. It's suffocating you. Every time you choose the easy path, you lose a piece of who you could become. The gym is uncomfortable. The hard conversation is uncomfortable. Starting the business is uncomfortable. Admitting you were wrong is uncomfortable. And that discomfort, that's the exact feeling of growth. Comfort is a slow death. The ancient Spartans understood this. They deliberately made their lives harder because they knew soft conditions create soft men. If this truth about discomfort is resonating with you, hit like and subscribe to unlock more truths that transform boys into men. Because what comes next cuts even deeper. Your ancestors survived ice ages, wars, famines, and plagues. And you're afraid of what? Rejection. A difficult phone call. Embrace the hard path. It's the only path that leads anywhere worth going. But this leads us to something even more disturbing. Your word is sacred. In a world of broken promises and empty commitments, your word is the only currency that truly matters. When you say you'll do something, do it. When you make a promise, keep it. Even when it's inconvenient. Especially when it's inconvenient. The measure of a man is what he does when no one is watching. Boys make excuses. Men make results. If you tell someone you'll be there at 7, you arrive at 6:55. If you commit to a project, you finish it. If you give your word, you honor it with your actions, not just your intentions. Your reputation is built one kept promise at a time. And once it's destroyed, it takes years to rebuild. Integrity. This isn't about impressing others. This is about becoming someone you can respect when you look in the mirror. And speaking of reflections, what if I told you that the person you see in the mirror isn't who you think? Emotions are data. Real men don't suppress emotions. That's what weak men do. Real men understand emotions. They use them. They master them. Anger tells you something is violating your boundaries. Fear tells you something important is at stake. Sadness tells you something needs to grieve. Your emotions are messengers, not your masters. The difference between a boy and a man isn't that the man doesn't feel. It's that the man doesn't let feelings make his decisions. You can be terrified and still act with courage. You can be furious and still respond with wisdom. You can be heartbroken and still maintain your dignity. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Learn to observe your emotions without becoming them. This is the foundation of all true strength. But wait, because what comes next changes everything about how you see your relationships. Respect is earned. Nobody owes you respect. Not because of your age, not because of your title, not because of who your father is. Respect is the most valuable currency in a man's life, and it's earned through action, not expectation. Earn it or lose it. You earn respect by showing up when others give up, by keeping your mouth shut when you have nothing valuable to add, by admitting when you're wrong without making excuses, by helping others without expecting anything in return, by being the same person in private that you are in public. Boys demand respect. Men command it through their character. The moment you start expecting respect simply for existing, you've already lost it. The world doesn't care about your potential, only your production. And here's what makes this even more critical. Failure is tuition. Every successful man has a graveyard of failures behind him. The difference is he didn't stay in the grave. He climbed out, learned the lesson, and kept moving. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Society teaches boys that failure is shameful, that it should be hidden, that it defines you. This is a lie that keeps men small. Failure is tuition. It's the price you pay for an education that no classroom can provide. The man who has never failed has never tried anything worth doing. Your failures are not your identity. They are your curriculum. Every rejection, every loss, every humiliation contains a lesson, but only if you're humble enough to find it. This brings us to our next point, one that will make you question everything about your current relationships. Choose your circle. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look around. Are those 5 people where you want to be in 10 years? If not, you need to make changes. This isn't about abandoning old friends. It's about being intentional about who has access to your mind, your energy, your future. Show me your friends, and I will show you your future. Weak men surround themselves with people who make them feel comfortable. Strong men surround themselves with people who make them better. Iron sharpens iron. Find men who are further along the path. Men who challenge you. Men who call you out when you're making excuses. Men who celebrate your wins without jealousy and push you through your losses without coddling. Your circle is either pulling you up or dragging you down. There is no neutral, and this connects to something even more fundamental. Discipline beats talent. I've seen talented men waste away while disciplined average men built empires. Talent is overrated. Discipline is everything. The man who shows up every single day, even when he doesn't feel like it, will always beat the naturally gifted man who relies on bursts of inspiration. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act but a habit. Motivation is worthless. It comes and goes like weather. Discipline is the roof that keeps you working regardless of the storm outside. Discipline, build systems, create routines, remove decisions from your day. The most successful men don't rely on willpower. They build environments where success is the default. Your morning routine, your evening routine, your work habits, these small daily disciplines compound into massive life results. And there's one discipline that boys avoid at all costs. Protect your energy. Your attention is the most valuable resource you have. More valuable than money. More valuable than time. Because where your attention goes, your life follows. Social media, toxic people, endless entertainment, they're all stealing your future. Boys scatter their energy everywhere. They react to every notification, every drama, every distraction that crosses their path. Men are selective. They guard their focus like a fortress. What you permit, you promote in your life. Learn to say no, not maybe, not let me think about it. No. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something that matters. Your energy is finite. Your goals require all of it. Stop leaking power on things that don't build the life you want. And this brings us to perhaps the hardest truth of all. Own your darkness. Carl Jung said that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Every man has a shadow side. The parts he hides. The parts he's ashamed of. The anger, the jealousy, the fear, the insecurity. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Boys run from their darkness. They pretend it doesn't exist. They project it onto others. Men integrate it. They acknowledge their capacity for destruction and choose construction instead. The most dangerous man is not the one with no darkness. It's the man who knows his darkness intimately and has mastered it. Your shadow doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It grows stronger. Face it. Understand it. Transform it into fuel for your becoming. These 14 truths are not comfortable. They're not meant to be. Comfort has kept you small long enough. Boy to man is a choice. Every single day you choose. Will you make excuses or make progress? Will you wait to be saved or save yourself? Will you blame your past or build your future? The boys who came before you had the same fears, the same doubts, the same obstacles. The difference between them and the men they became was simple. They stopped waiting and started doing. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Your transformation doesn't require permission. It requires decision. And that decision is yours to make right now in this moment. If you made it this far, comment becoming to prove you're ready to leave boyhood behind. The wisdom of ages is yours. Use it well. If this unlocked something in you, subscribe for more. The vault has more truths waiting.